Yo, what is up, YouTube? So we back with analyzations of the many screenshots we've got on the website Social Club, and we got many screenshots of what we're expecting to see in GTA 6, and it's got to be at least 80 screenshots if I'm counting all of them. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. And when zooming in, we got a little detail that says something about Vice City and Jason and Lucia moving to Vice City. So Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darker side of the sunniest place in America. So in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So this is saying that Lucia, she's in Vice City, or Leonida Penitentiary as you call it, and Jason's there. Now this scene gets me the most, because it seems like Jason right there, they had to be, like it has to be a mission where Jason is saving Lucia from something to get her out of trouble. The Haitian flag in the background. Now I don't know my flags like that, but I know that's a Haitian flag, because I'm not sure if you noticed that, but in the second one we see fucking Jason, you see holding a gun behind him. So he has a gun while holding. I'm pretty sure it's the same 9mm. It looks very close to the normal pistol in GTA 5. There's cops at the scene, so that means it's most definitely part of a mission or a cutscene that they get themselves in trouble. So the first character we're gonna duck our teeth into is Jason Duvall. Now, Jason Duvall wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder and harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After stint in the army, so that's confirmed he's in the army, or he was in the army before. He's trying to shake off his troubled teens. He finds himself in the Keys, doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners, and it might be time to try something new. I could kind of tell that, you know, Jason, he's probably always lived in Leonida, and there's a lot of details. We got the palm trees right there. Yes, Jason has a beard. You might be able to have more than one style. I haven't really seen Jason with any new hair, but this does look like a new style. He got blue eyes. Nothing too crazy that I'm noticing in this screenshot. Let me know if you see anything interesting. But that's obviously the door right there. Looks like fishing is going to be an activity for us as Jason to take part in. We go fishing Leonida Keys or whatever. Right there you see Cal Hampton. He could probably be a fishing guy. He give us a ride or whatever. We go fish with that. We're on certain parts of the map. And this picture looks beautiful. Sky looks great, man. It's about to rain in the tropical area. But I do like the level draw distance. You can see those two boats right there. And then the beach with a couple houses and ducks. And one thing I definitely like about Jason is a real tone build. Like a real muscular build. You got a Vice City t-shirt right there. That's a really nice one. You got glasses on his neck. A chain. You can read that. I think that says, what that says? Mad, I don't know that Mad Angels or something. And then you got the Prince of P. What did I say? Alvino B1? It kind of looks like the Shinobi from GTA Online. I tell it looks just like Shinobi. I'm not even joking. We see like coconut trees right here. That's bamboo. And I'm not sure what this gun is based on. It looks like the same, handgun that we have in GTA 5. Just like this. This is just called a normal pistol, I'm guessing. That's a pretty cool detail right there. Nothing too special. But you can see the resemblance. I'm pretty sure GTA 6, that gun could be a Mark II weapon, like how GTA Online is, like you have a Mark II pistol and a handgun. So that's gonna be a really cool addition that they did that. But I see Jason with that gun right there. And it's called the Colt 45. It's on GTA Vice City, the 9mm. Michael also references that as well in one of the first GTA 5 missions as a 9mm semi-automatic. And they're manufactured by Halt & Little, which is apparently manufactured for guns in GTA and GTA Universe. So maybe we might see them reappear in GTA 6 as a gun manufacturer. Maybe we might see Paul's at Paul's. I think that's based on NASDAQ as well. That might return to GTA 6 as a stock market and business type of thing. So it would be nice to see that return to GTA 6. And I don't know, this company might manufacture guns through the ammunition. What's even funny is that Jason looks balder in the screenshot. So he might have a couple haircuts. Like if you compare them, he looks a little bit balder. Feel like he got a clean cut. So it'd be real nice to see what type of customization Jason has. Just by looking at the denims alone, it looks way too realistic. Like the denim might be to carry something in the pocket. Maybe in GTA 6 they'll do something like if you're a certain weight or character, you could only carry like a certain amount of guns inside your pocket, or if you're certain, I don't know. I guess it just depends on who the character is that they can carry more guns inside their pocket. So that might be an interesting feature right there. I can't even read that in the background, but it seems like a huge bar. And you even notice a cigarette holder and a watch on Jason's hand. Maybe that's an identification card. You got Logger. If you guys don't remember from GTA 5, that's Patriot Beer right there. One of those restaurant computers where you can just tap on it with your finger. It's a pool table in the background, because normally pool tables look like that. You got two guys. Mine seems like he's staring at them. Now I'm noticing that this is the first pregnant woman we've actually seen in any GTA game. He might be Lucia's friend based on a screenshot. This is obviously a partial trailer. You can see right there. She's next to Lucia and Jason. That's really awesome. That's a really nice detail right there. Funny how this sign says no eating at the bar. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 license plates. And that's like I said. You don't need a license plate, boy, not a license plate. Leonida, and that's Leonida. That says the Prairie Sandwich. So most likely that's based off of Arby's, because you can tell by the shape as a country boy hat. I see 4 beer brands. First one is Pitwasser, and for a good time, Stronzo, and they also Cerveza, Patriot Beer. Here's another screenshot of Jason right here. Seems like he's holding an iFruit phone. If you look real close, you can see him holding an iFruit phone. That's an iFruit logo from GTA 5. And he still has his watch. And then he has a little 420 looking shirt and the chain right there. And it seems like it might be a similar haircut to what he had in the other picture. Looks real familiar. It's on the coat cut. It seems like we got hotels, and what's really funny is you can even see through the interiors now. There's probably going to be like a big Miami mall that lets you see through the interiors, and you can see through them real well. Like, that must mean they're gonna be inoperable interiors if you can see through them that good. You might be able to run a hotel there, maybe as to save your game or walk around there just for fun. You got people with bags on. Seems like this is an outdoor club, sort of. It's real dope. One interesting detail that I love about this photo is that you have the M16 that Jason is holding. So this is an M16 rifle. And I like the way he's holding it. It seems like it's going to be like the same holding animation 5 had. Because remember, you have to hold the gun. Like, they wouldn't let you do it with one hand like you could in San Andreas. And I guess this is something to help the gun from overheating. Pretty nice detail. You look down, it seems like it's not a bike. But I see 2 people playing down there. You got the parking lot, obviously. It looks like it's an intersection around the parking lot. You can see a whole view of Miami. It seems like it might be close to downtown Miami. Or downtown Vice City, this would be South Beach. Because I remember it might be the main highway that goes around the map. Parking garage right there. In the rear view, you can see hotels and stuff and clouds. I really love the sweat details as well. The sweat details are pretty awesome on Jason. Because that, I'm pretty sure in Miami it's hot temperature even at night. So that's pretty realistic. A lot of people were saying this image looked like GTA 5, but that's not GTA 5. That's not Los Santos. Los Santos doesn't really have that many intersections. Now, for the trailer, this looks like a Hellfire that Jason's riding and shooting at the cops or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's a normal pistol. That has to be a semi-automatic because the way Jason shoots it. So we're on to Lucia Caminos now. And Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. So I'm just going to get into a short analysis since we kind of already talked about Lucia. On this photo, I know we kind of already analyzed that in the first video. But, you know, we got Lucia boxing and sweat coming off, which is a pretty cool detail. So we have a lot more sweat physics in the game. And then, if you look behind Lucia, there's a guy right there, either a PT, personal trainer, or a workout helper. So he might be working out with somebody or by stuff in the background. You got weights, you got leg extensions, all type of physical equipment. Then you got a mat, then she got the gloves, and she's also wearing her boxing chain again. I feel like we've seen that boxing chain in literally every photo. And then, if I'm not mistaken, those are stairways in the background. They look like stairways, so it's probably gonna be like a underground gym in Miami. That right there looks like a fire alarm. And a boarded up wall with some plaques and trophies. She used to live in Liberty City, which is pretty interesting. So I'm guessing her family has, you know, nativeness in Liberty City. Then she moved down to Vice City. So we might be able to go back to Liberty City in GTA 6, especially since you see a lot of Liberty City plates and stuff of that nature. I think that might be a possibility of us maybe seeing pictures around the safe house of her in Liberty City, or even flying there if they let us inside of a mission. You can see the eyes, the sweat. This level of detail is amazing. And if you even look at the gun, it says 9mm. So that gun is based on a 9mm, which I'm sure Michael references in 5. And a hair detail too, so possibly might have some animations that mess with your hair. And I like the way that they designed Lucia. Like, she looks amazing. This game almost looks like real life. Like, it's truly satisfying that they put that much detail into the facial of not only Lucia, but pretty much everybody in this trailer. And then I see it's a guy right there behind the door, so maybe that's a Fed, and Lucia is hiding, so that way she can avoid the Fed. I think it's the same shirt that Lucia is wearing in this screenshot. This is probably after she escaped the prison or whatever that building was, when you saw that Fed cop, and she comes on to Jason. So I noticed that there's an AirPod inside of Lucia's ear in this picture, and that she has a drink with strawberry and whatever that is. I'm not even sure what that drink is called. But maybe in GTA 6 I'm going to be able to listen to music while I'm on foot, and we can listen to it through our AirPods or whatever. There's one glitch in GTA Online that lets you change the music as you're on foot, which I thought was part of the newest DLC we got for GTA Online, but apparently it wasn't. So I found that was just a glitch or a bug inside the game I came across, and I noticed that I was able to do it. Probably gonna be able to do something like that in GTA 6 though, where you can change the music while I'm on foot. There's one interesting thing I found out about her chain. It looks just like a boxing chain. If you look real closely, you can notice that's a boxing chain, so that shows that Lucia, she's a real boxer, and she's probably gonna have to fight a lot in the story, so that's really gonna bring the activity of fighting in the GTA universe to light. In this image, I noticed another bike that Lucia's on, and looking closely at the back of the bike, you can see the Gloriana plate. So we confirmed that Gloriana is gonna be based on Georgia, and Georgia is right next to Florida, so you're probably gonna see it at the top of the map with a lot of mountains and stuff. It might be in Gloriana, it might not even be in Leonida. Maybe you have a section of the map that's considered Leonida, and the top section of the map that's considered Gloriana, which is Georgia. So maybe Lucia boxes somewhere in Gloriana. Maybe we'll have different boxing clubs around the map that you can go to, and if you box in certain places, there'll be different type of body types and people with different levels of strength you have to fight in order to unlock some cool fighting capabilities, like maybe Kung Fu or something like that. And then I noticed, I don't know if that's a raccoon or a cat in the background, or a bird. I'm not even sure what that is, but look kind of like Jason or somebody over there standing in front of the bar. Lucia is wearing that same boxing glove. Brian, and also work for them as an associate, he feels safest hanging at home, sleeping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. Whoa. So you're probably going to be able to play pool with Cal Hampton at a bar, and this is Jason in the photo with a different haircut. And then this is a post by TGG. I'll link it in the description down below, and it's very accurate. This might actually be where Cal Hampton lives. We also got golf too. So we might be able to golf in GTA 6 the same way we can in GTA 5. That you just go to an amusement park around the map somewhere and you're allowed to golf. I'm noticing there's like 2 statues that look like people. It might be people trying to go on the top of a coconut tree or a palm tree. to get something. So the screenshot features Cal holding a duffel bag. I really hope we can wear duffel bags in GTA 6. It really sucks that I had to do glitches in GTA Online just to get away with duffel bag. But I hope duffel bags bring greater significance in GTA 6. And he's at Brian's boat shop. So they both work for Brian. He's got a Duffy hat. I'm pretty sure that's a brand in GTA Online. If you go to the clothing store, you'll be able to get a hat that looks exactly like this. And the glasses as well. They look very similar to one of those sunglasses you could pick up at the Banco. And I really love this "Violence is Cool, Thanks to Video Games" t-shirt. Like Rockstar definitely been a little controversial with that one. It seems like Jason also had the duffel bag too in the new outfit. Man, you see so many pictures in the background. You can see it's like a lady. She's wearing a little, I don't know what they call those things. It's like a cuff at GTA Online. Something like that. You got them holding a beer in their hand. I think it's called Cerveza. So they're in this bar. You got the 8-ball. But similar to how we had pool in GTA 4. I wonder if they're gonna also bring back darts, because I remember we had darts in GTA 5. When you hang out with a kid, you could play darts with them at a bar. And I really love this screenshot because we got Cal sitting in the pool on a little swimming toy. And we just got a whole bunch of new GTA soda brands or beer brands, whatever. This says Fizzazz. That's pretty interesting right there. Fizzazz. Looks like that's a cup of milk right there, or a drink. Pretty interesting. And the pool looks so vibrant too. Definitely very accurate. You also got some spilling details. And you can see the sweat physics too come off of him with the tattoo. That's pretty interesting right there. He looks sort of like Lester, but bigger. And based on this, we can see he definitely spends a lot of time fishing or whatever, because he has a little swimming vest right there. He's got the low tide of America and Happy Gear, Cat Repair North Company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. I didn't even notice that this lady had a pet alligator or iguana. That's awesome. Now we got Booby Ike. Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. And here's a picture of Ike at the strip club. As you all know, definitely have a lot of them in Vice City, so he seems like he's a big businessman. Got the lean cut right there that the rappers use. So they're really portraying him like he's a rapper, but he's also a businessman. And he was once in the streets and came up, but he decided to change his life around and started to go legitimate. His blowout casino jacket looks like 2 chains right there, and the money, then you got the diamond rings, Jack of Hearts. Maybe that's the name of the club. It says party, but I'm not sure what in the word that word is before it. But apparently that's going to be the name of the club, or the penthouse, or whatever that he himself owns. Looks like an office we're going to be using too. And he's friends with Jake Quan. I already talked about Jake Quan in the last video, so you go see it yourself. But here's an iFruit phone right there. So they confirm we're definitely see iFruit again, that's based on the iPhone and the GTA universe. The name of the club is Jack of Hearts. So that might be potentially a penthouse we use at Jason Lucia. Notice in the background it says adult entertainment, so then you got ID too, so maybe we might have to photo scan Jason to get inside there. Maybe I'm taking a little too deep. But I'm pretty sure they'll let us get away with this because this is GTA 6. But you can see, obviously, we have Ike in a photo with a couple of girls right there. We got cheerleading girl, we got Bluter, which I'm not mistaken. Bluter is actually a wine manufacturer in GTA Online. So if you play GTA Online, you'll notice in the game that they'll have Bluter champagne. If you look real closely, this guy's wearing a Young Ancestor shirt. Young Ancestor's from the Diamond Casino Heights and GTA Online. So we might possibly see Young Ancestor return to GTA 6. That's a pretty cool detail right there. And Young Ancestor was super annoying in GTA Online. And you can see the chain right there. It's like a skull chain, whatever, and you got the bracelets and the chains. I already talked about this in the last video, how Jake Quan was with Baylux and Real Dimes. If you want to go back to the original video, I'll put a link in the description. And check it out. Rob Batista, who's actually the 6th person that Jason seems to meet in the story. I think they're going chronological order, where Jason meets Lucia first, then Cal, then Booby Ike, and then Jake Quan, then Real Dimes, then Rob Batista, and then Brian. So let's get to Rob Batista. Based on the screenshot, we're going to Rob Batista is a heistman. Rob Batista, experience counts, confidence, charm, and cunning. Rob's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Life was full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. A professional at that. Raw's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or put the chips on the table. And based on the screenshot, we can tell Raw is, bank savvy. So he kind of knows how to pull a crew together. And just like Lester, I don't think he's going to be a hacker, but he's going to be their robbery assistant. Construction hat right there. And you got buttons and stuff. You can either steer the boat, maybe move it forward. I like how there's a cool detail. There's a cup right there. A little lifeguard patch. Looking at the background, we have an opening bridge. So this is really nice right here. Got an opening bridge. Sort of like the London Bridge where it opens up unless boats pass through. You got trucks on the highway. And that had the AI probably stop for whenever a boat passes through. I'm very sure this whole area is portrayed after Biscayne Bay. It's like that middle river in Miami. Close to the beach, but right in the middle. You see that he's robbed a bank. So this is telling us off the bat. He's a true bank robber. We even got a car interior. This car interior looks amazing. It looks way more detailed compared to the GTA 5 ones we had in the recent years. So the car interior definitely is a plus because we get to see the actual car interior. Might even have first person. And you'll be able to touch some of the buttons in the car. You got it, power steerer right there. Air conditioner, steering wheel, which looks absolutely detailed. I remember back on PS3 when GTA 5 came out, the steering wheel was like pixelated, and it didn't really move with the animation because of PS3's limitations. So you can see the resemblance based on the screenshot. This is a heavy pistol from GTA 5, and it has the same scope and everything on that gun. It says Capo, maybe that's the name of the brand or whatever, but that gun that Raw is holding is a heavy pistol. You got a billboard in the back. Noticeable detail about this car is that it has a music screen, so like you could choose to call, maybe text, maybe change the radio, or different icons and stuff like that. I can't quite tell beyond the blurriness, but it's gonna be really cool to see how more advanced our cars are in GTA 6. And it looks like a CD display at the top, and it looks so realistic too. The shadowing and everything, it reaches the seats and the lighting, perfectly accurate. And there's a hotel in the background there. You can even see inside the interior. This guy looks like he's wearing a similar jacket to Michael in story mode. Remember he had like a brown jacket He looks exactly like this. And here's another picture. Got another screenshot. Heli there. Seems like a strip club, or whatever, or maybe just a bar, outside bar. There's a girl behind him that knows him around the city. I think you notice there's a person right there. Might potentially be a guard for whenever you walk in. They'll be guarding the place, and if you pull a gun out, they might attack. Look on the website. You see an animation of Lucia, Jason, and this guy. If you notice closely, he's holding a carbine rifle. This looks like a Mark II carbine rifle from GTA Online with the extended clip or the extended muzzle that does more damage for you. And if you look at the background, it looks like a G-Wagon. Amount of debris they had to shoot through when they got out the bank. Looks absurd, man. They all wearing the armor vest, which is even closer attention to detail. And a bandana. Actually, very slow for not noticing this, but you know, Lucia's wearing the same outfit that you see on the website with her and Batista and Jason in the bank robbery. And then she's holding a mini SMG. It looks like the SMG from GTA 5, just newer, but has an extended clip on it, which is pretty interesting. See Jason using the same exact weapon and same outfit. Now, Brian is the first guy you see in the trailer. I'm pretty sure Jason already knows Brian at the beginning of the story, because it does say Jason is staying with Brian and he's living with Brian on the website. Just off this one image, you can even see a map of what looks to be like Leonida Keys. So most likely Jason lives in the Leonida Keys. So that's even a clue that people could use for the map project. If you just follow that white line right there, that's going along the road, that's most likely somewhere in the Leonida Keys. And then it's probably the outskirts of Leonida State. So it's in South Leonida, traveling along the water. Got bullets right there, that's his old boat shop. And you got stands that hold up the boat. A knife. I think that's a dye pack right there too, or something like that. Look up closely at that. That looks more like a airport. I'm looking real close at it. It has to be an airport, because a conventional road doesn't look like that. An airport is an airway surrounding those roads, and the roads just go through a loop on the highway. So that airport, it might be out of Vice City, but this is all speculation. It might be inside of the city or close to the city, but near the Keys. So going to the airport, it'll be really interesting to see where it's actually located and how it looks. Neither. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys. Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around for long enough to let others do his dirty work. Seems like Brian has people working for him. Might be a under the radar smuggler in Leonida. Remember, GTA Vice City, it was a lot of smugglers that takes place in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was smugglers in Miami. They used to smuggle in stuff. And it's basically portraying that inside of GTA and GTA 6. So GTA Vice City missions, it kind of has some similarities to do with that. And GTA 6 is going to kind of carry that on with Brian Heater as the leader in charge of taking things in and exporting stuff out of Vice City. You can see a boat in the background. I think that's the same boat from GTA 5, correct me if I'm wrong. Then you got a car right here that he seems to be in. And he's asking this guy, can you deliver this or whatever? And he's got a watch and a nice shirt right there. So he doesn't have a beard. So this is what he looks like without the glasses. And you see Brian in another picture. I wonder if we're going to be able to wear top bandanas on the head. And GTA 6, that'd be pretty cool. It's like a little club. That looks just like Lamar's outfit from GTA Online. I don't know if you remember, but Lamar wears that same green and black on one of the first missions. Could potentially be near the beach, because I do see a lifeguard floaty right there. Might be a little bit older than all of the characters combined. But he's working with Jason at the start and letting him live in his apartment while this running a boat shop, smuggling illegal things inside of Leonida. And then soon, Jason might move out and go to a different place. But he might still be working for Brian. Who knows? He might stop working for Brian in the story. We don't really know. Everything I'm saying is speculation. So, in this photo, you can see Brian, Jason, and his wife. And Brian is holding a pistol. It seems like it kind of resembles that pistol from GTA 4. It sort of looks like a combat pistol from GTA 5 a little bit. But at the same time, I think it's going to look just like this in GTA 4. And it turns out it looks like a Glock. But it had the same texture, same back texture, all around. Everything looks the same about this gun. I don't know what this scene is, but it might possibly be a car scene in GTA 6, we'll see. Or animation where you can just pull guns outside your truck or whatever. And if you have weaponry inside, let's say you got an AR and you're holding a pistol, you can just go to the back of the trunk and take out an AR out of it and then use that instead to replace a pistol. More like a gun van, sort of. Or a gun trunk. Now, that'll be a pretty interesting detail right there. Because I do see Lucia grab a gun. Seems like she grabs a gun and then puts it behind her back. And then she walks off with Jason to fight somebody. Out of every image in this trailer, this has to be the most realistic one out of all of them. And one thing I'm noticing is that Brian is out in the wilderness with Jason, and there's possibly grass rivers or wherever, and they're in a truck going to hunt some animals. You can look at the truck and see that it's been through some dirt based on the window right there. The window has dirt covered up. Could even be like rain or whatever. That makes the window look kind of smeared up and dirty. That's a detail I don't even think GTA 5 has. Now, GTA 5 does have dirt that gets on your car. If you drive off-road, you can notice dirt will start to fade off the color a little bit and the paint. But that's going to be real cool to see how dirty your cars can get in GTA 6. Possibly might need to go to the car wash to even wash off dirt. And by the amount of detail in the car is insane. You can even see the lights. And if you look close, you can see a seatbelt in the background. And then Jason wearing a vest. We might be able to roll our windows down. So if you want to roll your windows down, you'll be able to put your hand outside the window and Jason will just drive like that. Pretty interesting thing I caught on the website. Shoot, like how we do in San Andreas, you just shoot with one hand out the window, you can roll it down first, then you shoot out the window. One thing I even noticed is you can even see the reflection off his glasses. We got Vice City in the house. We got Vice City coming. Everybody knows Vice City is going to be in GTA 6. So I'm just going to quickly analyze this picture. This seems like this is the Biscayne Islands or whatever. It's like right in the middle between Miami Beach and Miami downtown. You got yachts, helis, birds, jet skis, you name it. Like this whole picture right here is just a great example of what it's going to look like. And maybe the Mac project makers will take note of this. Notice how it's another Liberty City plate. It says PvP E6. That looks kind of like the Lost in Tourist plate in GTA Online. But Liberty City's going to have some big significance. So That's an amazing detail right there that I did not notice when I first watched the trailer. What I'm seeing from this picture is we have the Vice City sign, sort of like the Hollywood sign or the Los Santos sign or Vinewood. We're gonna have the Vice City sign, and we saw this in the first trailer. If you remember watching the first trailer, this same sign was seen. It's most likely gonna be by the airport because you see a plane right there. That's the same jet we got from GTA 5, by the way, next to Luxor. But it's flying above the sign, and the sign is gonna be right next to the airport. And it seems like this is at nighttime or it's close to nighttime or perhaps sunrise. But it's definitely South Miami, as we can tell. I can't even tell if that's a ladder or whatever that is. Whatever that is right there, I can't even tell. It might be a ladder, it might be a door on top of the signs. It has to be the keys. Based off of this image, because I can see a pool right there. You got the beach. Doesn't look like there's too many buildings around. And it's gonna be like a nice area where you see pedestrians and palm trees and pools. If this is the beach, then it'll be on East Miami. So it'll be along the coast. You got sunrise. Dang, the sunrise was so good. You got a cup of coffee. You can see things right here. And a spoon. You got a lady right here. And you got a guy right here that kind of looks like Jason. He sort of looks like Jaden Smith with the yellow hair. He had yellow hair at one point. I'm not sure if he still does, but that's a really cool detail right there. And you got the ear ring, the ear piercing. You got a different style of clothing. I see somebody in the background. I'm on my camera a bit. You can see somebody right there riding a bike. So it might be riding bicycles in GTA 6. Now this screenshot is the second most important one because you see nearly everything. And I'm on my camera, so you can see literally everything in the screenshot. So the first thing I noticed is Cal Hampton on a basketball court with Jason. And it looks like we see it right over there. And that might be Draquan. You see Jason shooting the basketball into the hoop. That's a really amazing detail. That's saying that we might be able to actually do sports in GTA 6. Like how we do in real life when we go outside. You know, shoot a hoop, get a little 3-pointers and some layups. Shoot, even GTA San Andreas, you could play ball. That's the type of aspect I like in GTA. See, that's true Grand Theft Auto right there because you get to do sports and miscellaneous activities, possibly even get trophies for them. And you get to unlock different skills and animations while doing those sports. So that's really awesome. Basketball definitely going to be a huge thing in GTA 6. We got so many cars too. That seems like a Prius. I'm not mistaken, that's the Surge right there from GTA Online. We got the Range Rover. I'm not sure what that red car is based on, but it might be closest to the Sultan. That police car might be closest to a Range Rover again, or maybe a Ford Explorer. Then we have a new truck which wasn't in the GTA 5 before. That has to be like a delivery truck, so most likely it's going to be a Vape or a Ford or Mercedes delivery truck. You got a guy on the ground too, which I didn't even notice. If you zoom in closer, there's two guys getting arrested for crashing. Possibly they was on a high speed chase or whatever, so you'll have the chance of seeing pedestrians doing stupid stuff around the city. Like again in GTA 5, you usually see cops chasing pedestrians or whatever after a crime they committed, and then that's suffer the consequences of committing those crimes if you catch them. So that's some amazing detail right there that I didn't even notice. You got the water. The water looks super amazing. It has to be a pool or something. You got a pool going around a hotel. It says Hotel Valeta. Hotel Valeta, that's a nice name. And you got people on top of the decks, so you can even see as far that there's people on top of the decks that are looking out onto the view of Vice City. It looks like it's near South Beach and the Biscayne River. Not sure what it's going to be called. It's going to be called the Vice City River. Got a whole bunch of detail. You can see buildings and stuff. You can see buildings out in the distance, hotels, amazing reflections. You got helicopters, birds in the sky, the clouds. It looks literally like real life. That's how amazing it looks. And something I even noticed myself was there's a dirt bike right there. So it might be the charger bikes in GTA 6. Might have electric bike booths, stuff of that nature. Pretty hard to tell what type of car it is. Got the trees in the way. That white car in the back, that looks like the Impala SZ. That black one looks like a Sabre. That has to be either a Banshee or a Jester. Not really sure. It's a lot of new cars and stuff they're going to introduce. This is pretty interesting. I see a Bentley back there. That's the same one from GTA 5. A lot of cool details, I noticed. Based on this one screenshot. They did an amazing job detailing this part of the map. Also, look, this guy has gold fronts or chrome fronts and a gold watch. It definitely matches a lot too. And you got this guy again. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that looked like Kodak Black. He was on the first trailer. And everybody thought it was Kodak Black. He was wearing almost the same chain. He had the same tattoos, really similar. And you got a new guy right here. They had the tattoos and stuff. I'm not sure what that says on the tattoo, but it could be a gang name in GTA 6. It could be gang rivals. Possibly they might work with us. What if you go to the neighborhood, you can provoke them, become enemies, whatever. So you got graffiti right there, palm trees, fences, cones, you name it. You got this guy right here in the screenshot, staring at this girl on the ground next to that red cup. And then you got Rambo over here. And one thing I do notice is that when players go on sand, your foot gets covered by sand. Pedestrians go on sand, their foot gets covered by sand. That's pretty awesome detail. Seeing birds. I see a Bank of Eurus or Ocean/Beach ATV, like a 4-wheeler. I think that's also detail online. But this guy is playing football with Jason. That has to be Jason. That looks exactly like Jason. You might be able to play football in GTA 6. So we're going to have a lot of sports and new things you can do that you couldn't do in GTA 5, as an addition to all the activities that are going to be available to us throughout different areas of the map. I really do hope football and basketball are going to be playable sports in GTA 6 because I definitely want to go trophy hunting. If those are set as side activities that we can take part in. Seems like pedestrians are going to get arrested for doing stupid stunts in Vice City, like publicity stunts or whatever. You got police going after them as a consequence for doing those stunts. You look at the background, got a hotel right there, got taxi. We got the same taxi from GTA 4. You got a see-through interior. I'm really catching the vibe that GTA 6 is going to let us see through so many interiors. You can see through almost every interior in these pictures. It's insane the amount of detail they put into these pictures. And I'm a little bit slow, but I think that's a German Shepherd. We got black and brown. German Shepherd or a wiener. And that's the same two look from trailer 1. And that black, I'm guessing, is in Infinity. So I love the level of architecture that went into the trailer. I remember that building in the first trailer. So even got a mall right here. Like, this is amazing. Like a level of detail from Rockstar 1 and 2. And off the back, you can already see that each building has a name. And it says it's a Sumerian, and it says it's a concert hall. You're gonna have stadiums. It looks like you're close to stadiums. I think that building right there might be a stadium. On the close detail. I'm not sure what that says completely. Apparently it's the Vice City Narcos.
And it's called Sahara Arena.
But I know it's going to be based off of the Miami Heat. And Miami Heat, that's a basketball team in Miami. Then off in the distance you see another stadium-looking building, most likely close to the beach and the river. Got a bridge right there. In the parking lot, that was the same parking lot we saw Draquan in. You got cars along the highway. You see Vice Art Center, which is pretty cool. So that's telling us each building is going to have its own unique name. So you know exactly what it is. You even have a Ferris wheel in the background. That's pretty dope. You see a Ferris wheel. No, you might be on a Ferris wheel like you can in GTA. Or a roller coaster. You can go to the pier and you can pay for a ride and go around the loop on the Del Perro pier. They got the terminal in the background. See cranes over there and stuff. They just support, boats and stuff along the river. It's really dope. Again, you can see inside the interiors. This is what I'm talking about. I really think GTA 6 is going to have a lot of interiors. It looks pretty promising. I'm not going to lie to you. Love the detail they put into making sure you can see the interiors. It's dope. You got a helicopter in the back. And it's at nighttime, so the nighttime looks even better than the daytime. You can see almost everything better in the nighttime. This is looking at the keys right here. Very amazing detail. You got the highway that goes along. You got a bridge in the background. You can even see the water too very well. Very vibrant and blue. Now I've got the Florida keys, or the Louisiana keys. I'm pretty sure everybody already seen this image, so I'm not really going to discuss it long, but you got a dodo right there, a dinghy, you got the little boys, or whatever they call them, I think they call boys. And you got coast guards, and people on the keys, and people driving boats along the water. Now that's pretty dope. A lot of people took the screenshot and kind of based it off the project, so we now know that this place that's first shown in the trailer is confirmed to be on the Louisiana keys. You got little Karen Ryder, I don't know, shopping school or whatever it's called. Looks like that's a milkshake right there, might be based off of Chick-fil-A, whatever like that. You got a bus right there on the left. You got all these rocks on the street. That's perfect detail right there. But that's exactly how you usually look when you go on the street. You got a iguana, a dog, a bicycle. Most likely this is going to be out near the swamps or Alligator Alley. And you just have a live environment. Like, this is what I love to see in a live environment right here. You got pedestrians taking selfies, people on top, you know what. And the white power lines, the advertisement. I guess it's wacky or whatever. The advertisement says you can have different advertisements throughout the game. Some people thought this was a bug or whatever. Not literally. People sometimes get their flip-flops stuck in between things. That's a normal occurrence of Florida, especially where people are outside in the day to shoot. I think it's real life. I think people get their foot stuck in between those things. That's not a bug. For people mad at that detail. You got a guy passed out here drinking too much beer. And I think that's a lady and a man kissing right there. And a rusty ankle, which is most likely going to be a bar. I don't know if that's Jason back in a red shirt, but it kind of looks like him. It seems like that's a trailer right there. This might be their trailer park. Most likely it's in the South Leonida region of the tropical area. Man, I love this image so much. I'm going to try to make this as fast as I can. But we got sea turtles, eels, starfish. You name, got coral reefs. The water reflection is like, man, this game is going to be amazing when it comes to that diversity of sea life inside of the water. Like, GTA 5 did have fish and some biodiversity, but I don't think it's going to be as nearly as big as the biodiversity we have in Vice City. In the water, texture sort of looks similar to GTA 5's. And when you're out in the water, you can see the sun, and the light kind of travels slower through the water, but the reflection still hit. The amount of detail they put into this is amazing. Like, you see like briefcases and stuff, and all types of treasures underwater. And this image, you can even see people just riding yachts and different boats, and all around, it's just people interacting with the environment. This has to be some of the Florida keys, because the water looks so beautiful. You can see towers in the background, you can see homes next to the water, you can see docks. They even got stop signs in the water. I'm pretty sure it's common before. You see a bridge over there going across the lake. So this is probably south of Vice City. You can see the splashes, the shadows, the trickles, the reflections. Pretty much everything about this looks amazing. So now we're going to grass rivers. And you have a lot of details in this picture. So you got, seems like pet alligator. You have two new weapons. They're going to be hunting rifles. And I don't even think we had any hunting rifles in GTA 5, but these are going to be hunting rifles with scopes. You can see the mud effect, because they're out in the woods, in the water. They're getting dirty. It's like one of those boats we saw in trailer 1, where it goes to the Everglades. It's really supposed to be like the outskirts. Like it's near Vice City, but it's in the swamps, with the tropical outskirts of Florida. So you'll have lakes and stuff that travel through the waterways and they get to this part of the map. And you got buildings built on top of the water, that's pretty dope. You got people outside, you got air vents blowing smoke. You can see power plants in the background. You got cars on the street parked up. A water tower says Watson Bay. So I think it's gonna be an actual bay in Leonida called Watson Bay. And it's gonna be close near it. Maybe it's a dock that these buildings are built on. These are possibly docks or whatever. And they're built on top of the water. You got boats that go through them and stuff of that nature. And I like the rainy clouds, they add a lot of sense to detail. So this part of the map probably rains more on the outskirts, and the clouds turn black. Like in GTA 5, they were pretty much white. You never notice it, but I think in GTA 6, you're gonna notice it a lot more when it's about to rain. And that's a tower, right? I think that's a tower. That has to be a tower. It's hard to see, but you can see right there. It's probably gonna be like a tower or something. You see a whole bunch of water towers and stuff off in the distance, possibly in industrial areas and neighborhoods that you could fly to. And it's kind of giving me San Andreas vibes, because San Andreas has so many towns and stuff. There were like so many towns that it would take you forever to get across the map, but it was fun to drive around them. You got boats parked up against the dock. That's another cool feature right there. And this image, not too much. You got alligators from the pool, and you shoot them, you hunt them down while you're traveling along the waterways, and they got either algae or lilies on the water to add a realistic effect. It's a two-hole shotgun. It might be a hunting shotgun. I noticed this is the same boat that we saw in trailer 1 and trailer 2, and from the screenshot. Because you got the little net in the back. Same thing here. It seems like it's a police chase, and it's the Everglades, and there'll be rocky rivers and alligators poking out of nowhere. These alligators could probably be prey. Either they're skunks or baby otters. I'm not quite sure. We got two flamingos actually, and I'm not sure what that is over there. You got lots of lilies. Maybe we're catching alligators as hunting animals. Maybe they're pets of this one character in the story, and it's in the back of his trunk. But I really love how it's driving through water, and it's a bison. You can tell by the Dodge symbol. It's actually amazing that you can drive through water like that. That's actually giving us some gameplay. Next up is Port Galhorn, and Port Galhorn, it looks like it's near the water. And if I'm not mistaken, Port Galhorn is supposed to be in Tampa or somewhere. So you got a train, which is most likely going to go around the map. So there's a train station right there, in a little industrial area. And you got train tracks you go through. And you have a road. This has to be nighttime. Since you see the clouds, it's next to the water, ports in the background, and nuclear plants. So that has a nice detail right there. Might be able to do freight mission or whatever, like how you could in San Andreas. Juice, you can see a truck right there. You can see the lanes, that's pretty awesome. So you gotta take a picture right there. It's like a new car. Your normal Florida motel, look like no construction. See a tower in the background. Possibly use that safe house too, but it's in Port Galhorn. Right there behind Jason looks like a hot dog stand. Starlit Motel in the background. A taco advertisement. Might be based on Taco Bell. Who knows? And then a gas station. Hopefully, if you successfully don't have to refill the gas. Range Rover's on fire. Right here looks like a gang and they're growing, 420 in the background. There's another image. I think this is maybe crackheads in Port Galhorn. They some stuff you come across a lot more, country people selling candy for money and use it for like side missions. Now, that's a nice detail right there. I do like how the pedestrians, they look different around this part of the map. You got trash on the ground in this screenshot. This is a new strip club. And there's a lot of detail. You got trash on the ground. Seems like it was raining, so you can see the wet details. See a couple cars right here. I know the Infante Phoenix from GTA 5. That's the Emperor right there. I don't know what that truck is going to be, and I don't know what that other truck is going to be. So I had to see those are supposed to be new vehicles. There's guards outside the strip club. And Port Delhorn. There's a neighborhood right there as well. So that night, so it looks so good at night. Like this whole picture stuff. Everything about this picture looks amazing. You got trash on the ground, the grass, the fire effects. Everything. This looks amazing. It might even be a game in Port Delhorn. This is 100% the girl from the racetrack in the first trailer. It looks like that's what we see is standing right there. Next up is Ambrosia. Now, Ambrosia, this looks amazing. It says, the battle for health and wealth only begins here, and hardly any American industry knows who got supreme. Whatever costs the allied crystal sugar refinery provide the jobs, while the local back game provides almost everything else. See how close this building resembles in real life. It literally resembles that American flag water tower. And at this image, you can see it's an orange sky, so I guess it kind of resembles the pollution in Ambrosia. And you got the water tower, you got a factory, nuclear plants, parking lot. I guess this is like a nuclear company. And off on the distance, you got more mountains. You can hardly even see any towers or billboards. This looks like a pure industrial area. Also likely going to be near Lake Leonida, because this is based on Cougar Center, Florida, which is a very industrial area. I do like how in this image they have a lot of flags and stuff. And, they got a lot of, politics and stuff. We got political signs. This is supposed to represent the left and the right. I don't really get into that stuff, but it's gonna make fun of American politics and have flags and all that, which is really cool. You got to add for diversity. That's a pretty awesome sign right there. You have zero in the background. That's a gas station from GTA 5. The speed limit sign right there. Auto shop. I remember this from the first trailer. It looks kind of familiar. I'm wondering if it's that same area. But anyways, we have some Leonida plates right here. Got two different Leonida plates. We got a white one and an orange one. Then the bikers. I'm not sure what they're called. Slight correction. They're called the Final Chapter. You can see on the jacket. It's a little bit blurry. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what they were called. But these are the biker gangs. You're gonna see them in Ambrosia County. That's what they call it in the game, so it's gonna get county. It looks like a strip going down. And so you got waterways, Ambrosia again, the usual. And one thing I did spot was the post stop van. So unfortunately, we got stuff from GTA 6 with the post stop van again. And, you got a highway back here. Looks like back there, that's gonna be a refinery. So that's pretty interesting. You have refineries and factories around the area. Yes, I was right to call it Liberty City Cycles. That's what they call it. So this is a new biker game tracing back from Liberty City to Vice City. I love these tattoos right here. Like these tattoos, the brace necklace, maybe the color might be black and yellow and red for the Liberty City Cycles. Then, if you look closely, this gun looks exactly like the snub-nosed revolver, which I think is a red did. So it's like an old school pocket gun. And this gun is not even GTA 5 or 4. Close, I can see it says Another Day motorcycle. I don't know if that's a new bike or a bike we already got in GTA, but it looks pretty cool. And it might be a stunt jump over there, so I'm definitely down to see where all the stunt jumps are going to be at on the map. That sunrise. That sunrise looks beautiful. You can't tell me you've seen too many better sunrises in other games. This looks amazing. You even see Vice City in the background. This fire looks so realistic, though. And the fire looks very realistic. And you got the crops and there's water irrigation and stuff like that. Definitely has the nice mention detail. No more buildings in the distance there. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen by now, but you got car washes. So it's going to be a nice interior. That's a very detailed interior right there, actually. They put a lot more detail into the interior than they did for GTA 5. So every car is going to have kind of a unique interior. There's not a lot of National Park. And this is really pretty good. I think it's in Overanalyzing. I think it's in Georgia somewhere, so most likely you're going to see deer and mountains and rivers that connect to Leonida. Now, I do see a deer in the background. I know the image is kind of blurry. We have people hiking near the river. I can't tell if that's a plane or a helicopter. It seems as if it's above a mountain. Got another deer. First time I see a coyote right there. You got dirt bikes, a sawmill. And this is going to be a dirt track. I'm hoping to use this dirt track as a little, bike tournament sort of activity. And I love the blood effects. Now, the only thing I recognize in this image is the helicopter. And it says reporter for the right news. Maybe Weasel News is some of that. The GTA 6 club you saw in the first trailer, you saw Weasel News. And this is a big mountain. Also like this is Georgia, with Gloriana. You got the highway. So this will be the northern region of the map. And out in the distance, you see the exit under the highway or a road under the highway. And other mountains out there in the distance. Clouds, see, that's pretty interesting. I wonder if there will be a bike up there. Get all the way to the top of the mountain like we do in Mount Juliet. There will be an activity in GTA 6. If we're able to hunt different animals like squirrels, you see snakes and beavers and all that, and raccoons, that'd be really cool. There's an animal right there. Not sure what that is. But we have different rifles and stuff of that nature. In Gloriana. Then we got the racetrack. It seems like it's going to be Gloriana as well. So I'm more than likely sure Mount will have some racing activities we could do up the mountains and along the hilly roads. Maybe even race along the rivers too. There'll be like some tournaments and stuff. You probably do. I really love what detail this mountain. It's like a whole different landscape from Leonida. If you're a speed runner, please watch out for these cougars. The bridge going across this roadway right here. I don't know what this animal is. Maybe it's a cougar. But that's pretty awesome detail. It looks super realistic. Right here is the last image, and this is in Mount Calaga. This is a little kayaking, I guess you could call it, because you're basically just going along the shoreline. I'm guessing you hunt for deer or elk or any animals you see out in the woods. But I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but this, based on first glance, looks amazing. You got a flood gauge too, so who knows? The rivers might be a flood in GTA 6. They might be overflowed. You have a flood gauge. We could go up to like 6 feet. Looks like a freight train. It goes around the map. You got a train going around the wood area. That's a cool feature right there that adds to the environment. As you can see, there's a little animal right there. I'm not sure what it is. There's an animal right there trying to hide in the woods. Anyways, guys, let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. If you did see something that you didn't see before, let me know. And if you're like, already seen everything, let me know in the comments down below. And I know I was rambling a lot, but you can just, I think I know this from watching the trailer myself. If you found any of this stuff in the video interesting, please drop a like, subscribe. We'll definitely appreciate it. Till then, have a great day. Take care. Peace.